behind the scenes before the scene is seen. English is
That's a
hard.
telethon. That's right. We're here for a telethon. Dr. Disrespect, Temtem reality Ubisoft show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hello everyone. I'm hoping you can see the faces. We don't have a static image of Dibs anymore.
Yeah, we got this up and running. We good.
Merc is ahead of the game today. We have all the stuff, the bots up. I'm gonna be covering his face, hopefully. Um, I think
Beautiful face.
I think we're good. I think we are good.
Ah, yeah.
So, welcome to this week's show. I mean,
Well, hello to Streamerology, where two dudes give you gaming clue, or wait.
yeah, I don't even
Where
know
two
why.
dudes give you streamer clues and gaming news.
Welcome
I
to the
am
clusterfuck.
your... This is Dibs with our other half of the show, Bad Mark. What's up, everyone? Welcome.
I'm just gonna start the show off, like way just in your face. Planters, bad marketing, clever marketing, but bad. Why the hell are you using the hashtag baby nut?
Baby nut.
I mean,
It really makes you want to buy some peanuts.
hey, it's given me a an arsenal of content to post on Twitter, so there's that. So Dibs, seeing that you wasn't here last week, well, I mean you were, but you wasn't.
I was in spirit. I was in chat. We're having some PC issues.
How I think you might have became a certain brand's eye drops biggest user after last week's.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, indeed. It was very terrifying. I also started taking heart medication as well. It was very stressful, freaking out about your PC.
well, you got it fixed, so that's good. Anyways, I'm just gonna kind of sit back. I'm gonna let you feel my pain of trying to do a show by yourself.
Alrighty. Well, we can do that. We can do that.
Now go ahead. You got a couple of topics you want to discuss, so let's.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on in gaming news right now. It's insane. More particularly, what's going on right now with World of Warcraft and Blizzard Activision. Holy shit! Like they dropped the ball big time. And I'm sure everyone's heard about it. Maybe not. But basically, Blizzard Activision really screwed up on the World of Warcraft 3 Reforged. They released an updated version of the game, basically, and it screwed everyone over. You can't it limited your game types. It limits custom game types. It there's a bunch of bugs, a whole slew of bugs that comes with it. The major benefit that I've understood from all the videos I've seen on YouTube right now is that mainly it just updated models. So you're paying Blizzard Activision for updated models on a game. Like a AAA game, AAA. Keep that in mind. AAA that should have been produced and finished delivered on time. And it's not. It's just a piece of crap from what I understand. I don't play World of Warcraft, but I feel your pain. I feel all the pain because I've been there with Anthem. I was there for Anthem, and I remember Battlefront 2. And I also remember Mass Effect Andromeda. And I feel your pain. It's okay. And right now, it's interesting. It's curious because these companies keep dropping these bad games, trying to get money in the stock. You know, in the stocks, they try to impress their stockholders. They try to increase their profit overall by dropping these titles for different quarters. One of which was being Pokemon. Pokemon was released early, and that's another cluster that we can talk about as well. We are going to talk about it because Temtem's getting pretty huge.
That's
But
what she
back to
said.
World of Warcraft. Huey. But getting back to World of Warcraft, I mean, Blizzard Activision hasn't really said anything yet. I mean, I'm sure they probably will be just radio silent for like a month. That's typically how these things go. When you look back at Anthem, BioWare was pretty quiet for a long while. Just like, oh no, why is everyone so mad?
So wait, question.
So,
What is Temtem?
ooh, yeah, Temtem is a better done version of Pokemon. It's basically an An
An MMA.
MMO version of Pokemon. Essentially, it's it's these or I wouldn't say content creators, but developers' dream of what Pokemon could be, should have been. They love Pokemon, so they went out of their way. They created this game called Temtem, which is a pocket monster-like game, similar to Pokemon, or maybe like Yu-Gi-Oh. Or there's a whole brand of these. There's a whole like entire little universe of these. But it's becoming popular because people aren't enjoying Pokemon as they should. Pokemon Sword and Shield with the most recent release of that game. Nintendo should be killing it. Nintendo was killing it in just the games they released, period, until Pokemon Sword and Shield came out. I enjoyed the game from the beginning to the middle, but the end gets really bad. The online matchmaking is awful. They rely too heavily on old mechanics, and they focus on old mechanics, and they focus primarily on the weakness system. Like, fire's weak against water, and water's weak against grass type Pokemon, and they just relied on it too much. That's all it is a system of counters. So someone calls out a fire Pokemon, you're like, all right, you call out your water Pokemon, and it's the same boring mechanic. And that's one of the major complaints with it. My other major complaint is they had these like awesome raid systems trying to go off Pokemon Go and trying to follow up on this like raid idea, which is really awesome. I thought that was a fun aspect of it, doing these little raids in the very beginning. But as you get towards the end game, there's no one to raid with. The matchmaking is terrible. You can't matchmake for the life of you. And it's impossible to find a group of people to go against a 5-star Pokemon, which is harder than hell if you're trying to do solo, duo, or with 3 people. You need a solid 4-man team for some of those 5-star raids in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, with all the frustration boiling around Pokemon Sword and Shield, all of a sudden Temtem exploded. It's in beta right now, I believe, on Steam for like $20 or something like that. People are enjoying the hell out of it because it doesn't rely on the same mechanics of exploiting weakness. And the main thing is they actually have different abilities. They added stamina, so when you do abilities and different moves, your Pokemon uses I didn't say Pokemon. Temtem. Your Temtem uses stamina when you're trying to do these particular moves.
Wait,
And so it adds a new depth to the combat.
is Temtem is Tim the Tatman included in this or no?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, he was in a Super Bowl ad. I don't see why he couldn't be in Temtem. Maybe like
Wait,
just like a little.
he was in a Super Bowl ad? I didn't see
He was
that
in a
one.
Super Bowl ad. He was.
I didn't see that one.
He was in a Super Bowl ad. He like legit was.
Oh.
Yeah, he totally was. But yeah, you can see a little Temtem with Tim the Tatman's face on it. Call it the Tim.
Well, when you're trying to explain what the
Yeah, on a tractor for some reason. We have no idea why.
We have to look that up.
I don't even know what the commercial is for. What?
Well, when you were describing the Temtem and you said it was like a MMO or something like that, I was like, dude, a Pokemon MMA MMO? I'm down.
MMA MMO.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon is MMA with little critters and Pokeballs. The major thing that Temtem follows up on is you can play the game with your friend outside of anywhere. Basically, you can go anywhere in the world of Temtem with your friends or different people. That's where you get the MMO aspect compared to Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you can just go in the wild area. There's like a little wild area, so it's restricted to that area where you can play and meet other players. Temtem goes outside those boundaries. So I think that's one of the major parts of success is it's a very, I don't know, it's a co-op game. You can go and play with your friends. Yes, indubitably. Indeed. Also, another gamer news. There's a lot of gamer news going on this. Ubisoft has basically said they're going to restructure. Apparently, their sales numbers with Division 2 and Wildlands wasn't as good as they had hoped. And it appears that they're going to try to, I don't know, restructure their dev team, restructure their company, try to become more successful. Maybe we'll get some new IPs out of this. Maybe we'll get some new games, something interesting. Maybe we'll get better features in Division 3. I know it's on the way. Ubisoft, make Division 3. I love the Division.
So with that, because I briefly looked over that as well. Yeah, complete overhaul. I think it's good. They've said that they wanted to actually bring out more unique titles, and I mean, if you look at, I think it came down to a complacency issue because if you look at their games, most of them play the same exact way. The
I
stories, the
That's
stories are pretty
exactly what I
good.
heard. I was watching iCharlie on Mixer when the Wildlands came out, and her first thoughts on like I think it was the beta, was she was like, "Yo, I'm moving around the map like Division 1."
Yeah. I mean, you could even look at it, well, obviously because it's the same studio, but mechanics from Assassin's Creed to like Ghost Recon and all this other stuff. I mean, it's
We got to imagine it's probably them using the same engine, but they're not updating the engine or the mechanics or anything evolved from that engine to the new games or new titles.
right,
So when I look at that, I see it as like a business efficiency thing where they're like, "Yo, we got to pump these games out, make me
right.
money."
There now at the same time, there's also rumors that we're gonna have Assassin's Creed Ragnarok,
Ooh,
which that I'm
yeah.
excited for. I know Mrs. Merck is super excited for it.
I think.
If
Oh,
if you
I feel like with God of War, I feel like that's a exciting area of lore, and I feel like with the new direction God of War is going, I also feel like that kind of backs it up in a way. Even though they're
right,
two completely unrelated games, you still got that like major Norse Viking mythology hype.
right. No, it's I think it's it'd be a good setting and everything else. Now I will tell you guys if you need any history lessons on the Assassin's Creed universe, you can ask Mrs. Merck. She knows all about it. So
Hey, maybe that can be some extra content, some extra videos on Streamerology for y'all. Maybe
yeah,
I'll go over some of the lore. It's a lot of lore. It's so much lore to cover. It would be like its own playlist. It'd be like 10 episodes.
she'll just be coaching me, holding up signs or whatnot, and then if I misread something, she'll throw something at me. So
So
it's I
hopefully
mean,
nothing too heavy. Maybe she'll throw some baby nuts at you.
I hate you planners. I hate you so bad right now. Uh,
Perfect marketing.
but
I know.
no,
Use code years is hungry for some baby nuts.
the oh man, I can't. The Super Bowl alone with, I mean, it was like the like what, sharing baby nuts?
Oh no.
No, I like I said on Twitter, they gave me a lot of content to push out. You know, no pun intended on that one. But um, no, like I said, I was watching Super Bowl and I'm like, this is just meme central. Is all this is.
Oh no, we already have GIFs on Mixer.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The
Oh.
Shakira one. I don't know if you
I
guys
saw
seen
some
that.
I saw some funny Twitter posts on there about Shakira too. That was
Oh
great.
yeah, oh yeah. I do. I started combining them. I was like, how can I mash all this together? But no, it was like, yeah. Good job, good job. Maybe their marketing and advertising team knows exactly what they were doing. I don't think so, but
We want plant this. Hi, this is Planters speaking. I'm the CEO of Planters. I would like the baby nut commercial to be played right after Shakira. Immediately after.
my question. I mean, I think they were trying to capitalize on the entire Baby Yoda thing, and then they're like, "Oh, I know what we're gonna do, Baby Nut."
Baby nut.
And nobody on their entire team was like, "Hey, you know what? In today's age,
Oh
may
god.
not be a good thing. You know, there's a lot of dirty minds out there. Nah, it's just because it's it's a peanut and he's came back as a baby. You know, Baby Nut, Baby Yoda, Baby Nut.
I mean, would
No,
it be better as baby peanuts? I mean,
baby planner baby. I don't know, but not
baby
Baby Nut.
monocle.
Oh,
Baby monocle.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, I am excited for the Assassin's Creed Ragnarok. If that actually comes out, I'm
All
excited
baby
for
nuts
the,
aside.
yeah. Don't get too excited, but no, it's the like I said, the restructure. I'm actually a huge fan of Ubisoft. I love their games. And
I,
yeah,
I I definitely do enjoy Ubisoft games as well. What I'm really hoping for is they can go in depth and be more creative with the Division universe. I am a huge fan of the Division. I've loved it since the first one. I love the second one. I'm addicted to it. If I could, I mean, it's a boring game to stream. It is boring as hell. Um, if they had more content in there, if it wasn't as just run of the mill looter shooter, a bit more active, maybe like I don't know. I, I don't want to say Destiny, but Destiny is a really good example because they have a lot of different things going on in there. They did try to incorporate that with some of the raids in Division 2. So you do see some kind of like evolution or growth there. So I'm hoping they do an overhaul and make it really badass for Division 3.
yeah. There's a I don't know. Like I said this kind of the last show or two about how um the year that the new consoles come out is usually a slow year for games.
Always, it always is because they're I mean developers. I guess when you look at it from a developer perspective, to be
Yeah.
fair,
To
to be
be fair.
fair, yeah. Developers spend a lot of time and money on these games, and when you have to like upgrade and change everything for a new console, an entire new platform, it can get a bit pricey. You start losing money that way. So I can totally get that. Like people are, hey, how's it going, friends? People are conflicted between using the old consoles and the new consoles, and I think it's also a hit on the quality and production of new games and new titles as well. And it's also kind of like developers, I think, waiting for people to pick up the new consoles. So you have this wait where the developers are like, all right, we're gonna wait for X amount of people to pick up PS5. We're waiting for X amount of people to pick up Xbox One. Speaking of PS5, uh, Sony, all the Sony people out there. Good news, bad news. Your Sony exclusives are possibly coming to PC as well.
That's good news.
Oh, it's wonderful news, but there's a lot of pissed off fanboys, I think. So,
Eh,
eh.
eh. No, I mean,
I
I mean, X or not X, Microsoft has been doing that. I mean, like I said, the
it's a
Game
beautiful
Pass.
strategy. It's smart. I mean, it increases everything, player base, sells, um, and it's still on their console technically because PC is, PC still has a lot of Xbox apps. You can still launch a lot of games through the Xbox application, which brings the question: is Sony going to be creating a companion application for the PC?
I think they will. Just either they will do a similar thing that Xbox is doing because it has been such a huge success. Or they will just do some of their games over the PC. Um, but you've got one person as a company of their division that says we want people to be stuck on this console and play this, create the ecosystem. I get, and then you have the other one that says, look, man, I just want people to game, so.
Well, I think it's a smart strategy too if they start doing crossplay with like within their own console. I would love crossplay for every game on every platform. That would be fantastic.
Mhm.
But that will be it's far off in the future. Very far off in my opinion. I don't think they'll be doing that for a while.
What, the crossplay?
Like crossplay for all games. I'm just talking in general. I mean, if you have Xbox doing their games on PC, now you're gonna have Sony probably doing their games on PC, which is wonderful. They can sell more titles, and it's still within their branch. It's still within their side of the gaming sphere.
I think with this next generation, we're going to see a lot more of it. I mean, we've already started seeing part of it now. I
But
think.
here's the thing: when you see part of it now, is it comes at different cost. For
Mhm.
like Modern Warfare, the Xbox players are missing out on content because they made an exclusive deal with Sony, so Sony would actually play game. Well, Xbox and Microsoft are just willing. They're like, all right, whatever, cool.
Well, yes. I mean, I think the companies still have to um do something so you retain some of your market on there. But I mean, if you talk to a lot of your Sony people, this is the cool thing about gamers. when all that happened, even the Sony people, even though there's the console wars and so forth, even the Sony fanboys were like, "Yo, that's not cool," like why I was like, cool, like we get an extra like asset of the game, but then why are you making them pay this amount of money? Like that's not cool. That like screw you, Activision. And
Right.
now we're also seeing the other part of it where a lot of the like Microsoft and PC people, like when there's an update, we update what we need, and then they're still having to like update like their spec ops and all this other stuff, and it, they, it's also irking the Sony players. But like I said, there's been a lot more games on the multiplayer side of things that have been crossplay, and I think that's kind of cool. And then not only that, with the new consoles coming out and their capabilities and what they're not calling it backwards compatibility per se. They're saying they're leaning more towards the forwards compatibility. And the best way to think about that is look at your PC games, the PC games that were built in 95,
Oh, Age
2000,
of Empires too. Oh
right?
yeah,
You can
that's a
still
huge
play
one.
it on the computers that we're using right now. So they're saying that the way that they're kind of pushing the games to be developed is that you're going to be able to kind of play it on no matter what system, or not what system, but what generation or whatnot you're on.
And by the way, Microsoft, I know you won't hear this, but we can hope. We can hope and cross our fingers. But can you pretty please make an Xbox X Series refrigerator?
Hmm.
I
Oh,
mean, it already
actually,
looks like one. Just squeeze it in there. No one will notice. You just come on, like, play a game, crack open your Xbox, pull a cold one out. I'm loving it.
that way you can't use that. You can't use that slogan.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Pull a cold G Fuel out.
Here, I got this. Look. I'm gonna go with me on this journey here. You've seen the
Pull out
PS5
some
dev
cold
kit.
baby nuts.
have you seen Have you seen the PlayStation dev kit?
I have not. I have not seen that yet. I
Oh,
saw a meme where it was like a vacuum cleaner, but I have no context.
okay. So that pretty much that's pretty much what the dev kit is. You have that little slot there in the center. It looks like a triangle, right? So let's
You're telling me the PS5 looks like a vacuum cleaner?
yeah, yeah. But look, that little like cutout section there. Let's put the this Xbox Series X to the right of it. It's got a cooler, right? But the PlayStation 5, that's your slice of pizza warmer.
Hey, or you could do Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, make your PlayStation 5 a Roomba. You can play games while your house gets cleaned.
That's I
That's
mean,
next level.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you're sitting there on the couch playing PlayStation, you ain't cleaning your house. No, let's be real.
Well, let's be real. Look, any gamer out there who's playing endless amounts of hours, I guarantee you look at their room, it's not the cleanest.
Oh, damn. Use code years a foot massaging console.
we have welcome to Streamerology, where we just talk about random shit now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the show today.
um,
And that boy Spin saying Microsoft is all about games playable on all systems to win the console race? Maybe. I mean, when you see one company do something successfully, other companies are going to mimic it. Just outside of gaming for a second, you see Alexa, Siri, all these different voice things going. IBM was hella late to the game. IBM was super late to the game, but they came out with Watson. So when one company's successful, you're going to see like 10 different versions from other companies. Yeah. Goodbye, Cortana.
um, you know what? So the I can't even think of the name of it now. It was Microsoft's augmented reality thing, kind of like their VR, but it wasn't VR.
Connect?
No, no, it was
Mm,
that little headset that you wore. Shows you how much advertising and stuff they did with it.
none. I have no idea what that one is. I know when you talk about like reality, it makes me think of the super old school Nintendo version, like back in the 90s, when
Oh
you could
yeah.
only look at it for like 5 minutes before getting a headache.
Hmm. Hmm. Hold on, as soon as I say it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because it was basically like looking through the glass, but it would change the everything that you.
Smart glass.
No,
Is
it's
that it?
not the smart glass.
Mm.
Somebody help me out. See, hey, Microsoft. See, um, yeah, you had a cool
Microsoft.
thing. You had a cool thing, and and then you ruined it. So, anyways, because it like I said, they brought it out during the E3, and it showed how
Which E3 though? Like,
yeah, it was a couple years back. I mean, I know they're relying more on it on the PC side. Why
hmm.
can't I find the name of it? Because it's not technically VR. It's something else.
Hmm. Huh. Yeah, Spin. I got a microphone arm. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you all like it. Look at all the space I have for activities. I have so much space for activities now.
Yeah, it was like there's their
Ah,
mixed reality stuff. HoloLens? Is that it? Yeah, HoloLens. There it
I
is.
never even heard of that.
No, it's like so no, like you look at it, it's actually a really cool concept. So it's kind of like a smart glass because the like it's clear, but you put the content there in real time. So the way they yeah, the as soon
Oh,
as
there we go.
like
Spin knows.
when you put the headset on, they had it where you could actually have like Cortana like pop up, like on the shelf or whatnot. You talk to her and you could rearrange your entire room. You kind of like in the mixed reality. I thought that was a cool idea, and
Interesting.
now we're kind of going reverse engineering, and now they're saying. Well, you're gonna do the VR, but then you put up the little cameras or whatnot that maps the room and changes the room from the headset in.
Interesting.
So like HoloLens was there, but they just didn't capitalize on it.
Well,
But
there's also the other version of that coming out by Steam. I think it's Steam or Valve. No, not Steam, but Valve, where they have that 3D Half-Life 3 game,
mm,
and it's so advanced and like you need a hardcore PC to play it. I think like right now is what people are saying, and they have their own little VR thing that's like $2,500, and it's sold out. It is sold out, by the way. They are sold out until like March or May or June or something wild.
yeah, I mean, so the HoloLens they're still using it, but it's like I said, it's more in the
I
PC
think I do
base and
remember that.
everything.
I do remember that for commercials where they were like training army, military forces.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that now.
So I mean, there's like a lot of the other technology that's being applied different ways, but I mean, that's like to me, dude. If I could sit there and play a game and then have that as a feature that I can just like look through other things, and I mean, they still do it with their look up in your free time. Look up like Minecraft Hololens or whatnot, and it's pretty cool. They have the
Oh
table
no, I
set up.
remember that now. Where it was
Yeah.
like a 3D hologram of the map on the table.
Hmm.
I remember that. That looked amazing, and then there's just no word of it.
Right. So I mean, I would like that, and then also going to the console wars. Sony's got an event coming out in February.
Oh,
They started
that'll be
sending out media badges and everything else. So are we
that'll be
about to?
interesting.
Yeah, we might
It's
be
it's
getting our.
mainly it's mainly because why it's interesting is because they stopped going to E3.
Mhm.
They're like, we're gonna do our own show. We're gonna do our own rodeo now.
But they're getting the media. So I think we're about to get our first official
A
looks at the
bombshell.
PlayStation 5.
Hopefully, we get some really, really good launch titles with it, like the next God of Wars for the Valhalla Norse mythology series we have running right now.
So I think they're doing they're gonna showcase. I'm gonna butcher the names.
Hey,
Um,
go for it.
Never mind, because I can't even remember. Because I'm mixing. Because you start saying Norse mythology, and then I'm like, wait, Sensu. I was like, that's not it.
We'll give them code names.
It's
One can be
it's
called
the
Thor.
samurai based kind of game,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
right? And then the other one that they showcase is like God something or but that's gonna. They're talking about those two. That there's already been leaks on that game itself.
Well, I think
Um,
the main thing is too about that samurai game. I don't know the title for the life of me, but I know what you're talking about.
mhm.
Is the last one they had? God, I don't remember the last one's name either. But they had that last one that was super ridiculously hard, like hardcore mode, and
Oh
people
yeah,
were all griping and complaining about it. And this one's supposedly supposed to just be like laid back and more fun, like not as super hard or challenging with the difficulty.
all right. No, it's yeah, it's interesting times, and then we have um. Hold on, that boy says just wait until we deep dive into holograms and holographics.
Ooh.
Actually, actually, it's already being worked on and has been being worked on overseas. There's actually already cell phones that use holograms, and the cool thing is you
Oh, it's
can
like the
actually
Vive. That's like HTC Vive, right?
no, it's like you hold up your phone and you have a hologram pops up, but then you can
Wow.
actually like touch the hologram. They said it feels like you're touching sand.
Oh, it's like some NCIS stuff.
Hmm. So yeah, that's already been worked on. That was like years and years ago. Look, if you guys don't know, here in the States, we're actually behind in times with technology.
Oh yeah.
Um, ahead of the
Just look at
game
our
in
internet.
fashion,
Yeah.
but
We look cool, but all our stuff's really old and outdated.
right, yeah. I mean, anyways, there's a lot of stuff being in the works. Usually, it's made over there, tested out, and then it trickles down here. So.
I'll be curious to see when that starts happening though, when we start getting those reality headsets.
Hmm.
I think like the first virtual reality game that's newsworthy is probably Half-Life 3. Even if it's not like a continuation from Half-Life 2, because it's part of Alex's story from the Half-Life series. It's interesting that they're making that pretty
Hold on,
much they're making it only.
hold on. Spoiler alerts.
Uh-oh.
Be careful.
Uh-oh.
um, there's some people that may be in the middle of playing the game.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't want to have stuff thrown at me.
I mean, oh, I'm just saying it's just interesting. It's going to be virtual reality. Like that's
Okay.
a virtual reality game that everyone's excited about. I feel like because you didn't hear a bunch of hype for Fruit Ninja or Beat Saber that people weren't like, oh my god, did you hear about that game? It's coming out in like the next 8 months. It's called Beat Saber and it looks sick. Like,
Um.
I didn't see commercials or anything going off for that.
So at PAX West last year, they had the demos for Iron Man, which was really cool. And it was VR. And then they had some stuff um for Oculus, where it was like more kind of tactical shooters.
Ooh.
Um, and then yeah, there's a couple of cool things, and there's also rumors that we're going to be getting a PSVR 2.
Well, they've already done it with the PS4, so I could see them building on that for the PS5. I think there's enough likability, and I think there's like sales and community behind the PS4 like virtual reality scene that I don't see why they wouldn't want to bring that to PS5 and try to grow upon that as well.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait till the VRs become very consumer friendly on prices.
Someday. Well, it's like have you seen that new stuff for PC where they have that liquid? You can submerge your PC into a liquid, but it's by 3M.
I think it's stupid.
It's insane though. Like you can overclock your stuff, it doesn't overheat at all.
Yeah, but then it's like
You need a radiator for your PC now.
same. I'm just like, I think it's a cool factor. It's like just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Well, I'm just saying for possibility in the future, that's going to allow more hardware and stuff to be ran on VR. You're going to be able to like push it even further.
And see, I think it's just a cool factor of like, hey, look at this. This is what we can do, and it's not shorting out anything, but I mean, it looks really
It's
cool.
business wise. I mean, I don't know about public consumer wise, but I can say for just businesses in general, to cool down your server like that is fantastic for enterprise level businesses.
So what happens when you have a leak?
Get it fixed. Buy a new case. Got to ship it in.
I just went eh. The other thing that we were talking about, we were going on about the Super Bowl and the ads and so forth,
Oh yeah.
and it kind of goes into what we discussed a couple episodes ago about if you created content, episodic content, um, that was either recorded live or you did and then just hosted onto a streaming place. Um, not Tim, Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect, Temtem, Ubisoft reality TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's kind of been in the works. It's already been in the news a few times since I think like November, like late November, mid December, where Dr. Disrespect is doing his own TV show. I think it's interesting too, since he's a big Twitch guy. You know, he's on the Twitch. He's one of Twitch's like main people, and he's pretty brilliant. He's kind of a trendsetter, like when you look at Ninja and Shroud. So I'm curious to see where this goes, because I'm wondering if he's going to try to get it on Amazon Prime, because like Amazon has, you know, like if you can cross that barrier, if you can be the first one to cross that barrier, is he going to be successful? And are other people going to try to do creative TV shows outside of what Dr. Disrespect does in an attempt to be on Amazon Prime?
What if it's like he's already providing the content there on Twitch, and then it says, "I'm going to make you guys pay me twice."
Oh, he could easily do that. I
So,
mean, it's yeah.
for the people who don't know or haven't read about it, the people who've made The Walking Dead were the same people who were working with Doctor Disrespect. So they that's their one of their biggest ones. They've done a couple of other things as well, but he's backed by an actual bigger production. So um, there should be.
And the interesting thing to note about Dr. Disrespect too is you'll see a lot of streamers. Most successful streamers are themselves when they're on stream. Dr. Disrespect has built an entire persona, which there's not a whole handful, not a whole lot of people to do that. It takes so much energy and so much time and effort. And the TV show is going to be him in his full persona as well, which is something to note.
Yeah, well, they're saying it's kind of like how the Doctor became the Doctor.
Well, that's the thing, is we have no clue.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be curious to see where this goes, and it's gonna be another trend-setting move, that like how Ninja started the whole draft a streamer, I guess you could call it. We're drafting streamers across Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. How they kind of started that. It's curious to see where this is going to end up going, because he's trend setting. Like, this is another big streamer trend setting, creating a future for this industry, which is growing so fast and rapid. And this is just creating more space within that entire industry as a whole.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, we're still in the early stages, and not a lot of people know about live streaming. There's like if you watch some of the people's IRL streams, and then they try to tell them what they're doing, they have this look of confusion on their face. So we like, even though the people who are in it understand that live streaming is a huge area, there's even larger amount of people
Potential.
that
Yeah.
don't even know what's going on. So that's the reason why people say is to our streaming platforms, Mixer, Twitch, etc., are just kind of the hosting places, but it's our jobs to advertise the other stuff to bring in. However, then there's YouTube where the content's already there. They just release new data or whatnot, and it says that the gaming stuff has what you call it, taken over a larger percentage of the stuff on the stream, and then or on the platform. And then you had the Activision Blizzard contract that came out.
Oh,
So
that's huge, by the way.
and then um, if YouTube, and I do believe they will, because of the you don't spend that amount of money and not change some
Okay.
of your UI. So I
Well,
think
you look at it too. It was a $90 million contract fired with Twitch. So what did YouTube have to do to go to Activision Blizzard and be like, hey, we want this? And this was like a year-long negotiation. This took place for like about a whole year.
Right. So I mean, like I said, if you start adding all the other things in there, YouTube already has one of the biggest discoverability things on there. It's tied in with Google. Google is the top search engine.
YouTube's number 2 search engine.
Right, and they're owned by the same company.
Exactly.
So I think we're still in the early stages of it. And then a lot of things there. Sorry, there's been a lot of stuff on Twitter about Mixer and this issues, but we're talking about internal changes. They're actively trying to do some
Listen to
restructure.
feedback.
Well, no,
Yeah.
not even just listen to feedback, but they're trying to actually do internal restructure as well, because right now Mixer is technically under Xbox and they're trying to be their own division. So
Oh,
inside
that would
of
be super curious. What could they do under their own division?
a lot more and have quicker
Yeah.
changes. So right
Yeah.
now, because Xbox is focusing on their new console and everything else and all this other stuff, Mixer tries to get something done. It's kind of it's not in their forefront, right? So they have to go through Microsoft and all that level, and then you can go up and get the other stuff done. So you have to have two steps of approval before anything can be
Bureaucracy,
changed.
essentially. It's just
Yeah.
bureaucracy. Where you have to go through all these different approval things. And they're like, okay, it's stamped. It's good to go.
Yeah, it goes back into the, like, if you've ever worked in any sort of um I guess corporate business or
The
whatnot, and
corporate world. Yeah.
like who you answer to, your level of your levels of command, and it's just harder to get things accomplished as quickly as they want to. Um,
I think
but
I think that's something I didn't even know of before that I haven't really thought about. Like if Mixer was able to become its own thing, I think it would take off like a rocket ship.
oh yeah, no, that's what they. So even the developers, there's a an article about it that he actually got to talk to a lot of the dev people at PAX South, and he kind of put in things in perspective. One of the biggest gripes is they said that the feedback on the Mixer site is like there hasn't been answered in like months or whatnot. Well, the thing is they don't have an official person to comment on that stuff, and no one wants to
A
do
community
it,
manager.
right? And no one wants
Right.
to
Take
answer
the
those
heat.
things because it could be wrong, and the way that everything is structured. So they're trying to, and it's already in the works as well. It's just one of those kind of things that it's not going to be blown up in the news. But they're trying to, instead of come out or be from under Xbox, they're trying to be right next to it. So
That would
that's
be fantastic too for just Mixer and the general growth and just competition in streaming in general. They would be able to do so much more and accomplish a lot of great things if they're able to become their own entity.
yeah. I like I said, and it's still in its infancy. And from what they've already been doing, and it's like some people said, it's like it is actually was easier for them to secure the contracts of these big streamers than it is for them to get like development side of things done, just because of how the structure is made.
That's
So
really wild when you think about it too.
yeah.
But that
So
does explain a lot.
yeah. So I mean, we always kind of try to touch on previous subjects or whatnot that we discuss. So there's that one. Even with all the hassle and so forth that things have been going on, and there's frustrations, just take your time, do your research. Don't listen to Twitter. Twitter isn't.
Or YouTube.
Yeah.
Anytime you listen to someone on YouTube, even though a lot of them are people who mean the best, they really want you to succeed. A lot of the people on there do. If you're listening to the streaming coaches and different streamer s- tips, tricks, etc., you always have to take these things with a grain of salt, and you always have to kind of put your own mind in there as well. You can't just blindly walk into it believing it. So it's always good to do a little bit of background and research on those things and decide for yourself because we're really here just to inform you and give you the options and the choices. But I'm sticking to my guns with Mixer because I still think right now is a prime time to start streaming on Mixer. In my personal opinion, I think there's still opportunity for growth as well.
All right. Well, like I was saying, Twitter, it can be an echo chamber. So, um, actually do your research, and I'll always say that
Oh yeah.
even from the things that we talk about, do your own research. There's going to be things that we might have missed on or we didn't read. Um,
And come back to us and join the discussion. Let us know your perspective on things. It definitely helps out our community. It helps out the listeners on the podcast. Helps out people who watch on YouTube as well. To
yeah,
allow, I guess, the main idea that I have, or I guess we should say, we have for Streamerology is I really want it to be a place where you can come and gain perspective and new ideas. I want it to be a place of creativity because there's plenty of people out there who offer excellent, like, almost flawless, like hints, tips, tricks, ideas for growing your streaming channel. And we're hoping to make this an area where you can grow as an individual, where you can grow in your own thoughts, your own creativity, and get things bubbling in the head. We are brain food for your streamer head, or whatever you want to call it, your streamer face, streamer self. I don't know.
yeah.
Uh, that's in the works.
No, we have discussed a lot of different things on here between the different advertisements. We've called some of them before they happened. We've talked about the new ideas that could happen. We look into the long term of things, not just the current state. We look at what it can be, where it should possibly go. Um, we talk about we talk about the current games and also where we think it's going to go as well. So we try to have an open discussion with everyone and just like I said, different angles
Yeah.
and different perspectives on it.
And you always need to try experimentation and trying new things in different stream. Like, just if you stream period and you're serious about it and you're putting in the effort to create new content, create different content, you're already putting yourself out there. You're already making yourself vulnerable because it's already against the grain. It's still against the grains of sand. It's still against the stream. It's not something it's super popular or known to be super successful. And so if you're already putting the risk out there to be a streamer, why not add to it and just try new things? It's not going to be the end.
Yeah. Um I'm actually I wanna tell you a super secret way to be successful on this, and no one wants to talk about it, but I'm gonna tell you. I don't even think Dibs knows about this super secret thing. Um, this I don't even know if I want to give this away. So
What
there's
is
there's
Merc going to give away? We got
there
to build up the
there's
hype a little bit.
there's a way to guarantee your successful rate. It's something that we haven't done, and I mean, I personally won't do it, but if you want to be my guest, I guarantee you will be successful. Um, go into the porn industry, retire, go to Twitch. There you go. There's your super.
There's people who've done that in another way, like a different order. There's only two orders of ways to do that, but
Oh yeah, OnlyFans. I forgot about that one.
I mean, wait a minute. Oh, spin. Oh, all right, spin. Damn, it didn't have to twist your arm now, did we?
Like I said, perspective. Perspective. That's all it is. So
Yeah, that boy Spin says he's in. We twisted his arm real hard on that one.
I mean, on like we're finishing up here, but we've said if you're gonna do content, don't play games and just don't play games and look at the camera and talk to the community and so forth. Do something. Every single stream like that is declining. If that's all you're doing, you're gonna fail. If you are playing games and incorporating new things with it, and like even on the go, Dibs and the community over in A1000 Years created this murder mystery thing, and it's like kicking off, and people are like, "Hey, this is really cool."
The story. So a quick story on that. Here's a good one to evolve and adapt.
Don't give it away. Just tell them to go there and partake in it.
Yeah, I guess that's it. You just have to go there and partake in it. But I will say, go with the rolls, go with the punches. When your community does things, embrace it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different things that that we'll say to try and do. We've told you to get TikTok, learn Instagram, learn Twitter. I'm gonna call it now. Byte, the Vine 2.0. It's gonna maybe 6 months, and then it's gonna die out. So, um, but anyways, the link that I just dropped in there, they've got this cool little thing that's starting to build itself up. Um,
There
this
you go,
is
Spin.
this is called advertisement. We're kind of giving you an idea if there's something going on, so we're directing you there. Okay, so advertisement. There you go, 101. And then, anyways, along with everything else that we've said, I mean, if you have any questions for us, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram,
I
Discord.
mean, yeah, basically, like you can even comment on our YouTube videos. We'll be there.
Yeah. If you're listening to Spotify or where else, smoke signals, we'll ignore them because we don't know how to read smoke signals. But
I
come
don't know
back.
Morse code either.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter. Streamerology. Just Google Streamerology. Guaranteed, we'll fill that front page of it. And then you can just click whatever link you want to find us.
Socials should also start appearing in the descriptions as well. If you guys, if y'all want to come join us, come hang out, talk to us on Twitter, see what we're thinking, see what we're doing. You know, join in, pose questions to us.
Oh, I can tell you exactly what I'm thinking. All the new memes I can create with the hashtag baby nut.
Wait, what if we combine them? What if we combine the Roomba PS5, the Xbox refrigerator, and the baby nut?
Got it. I got it. When Sony and Microsoft announced their new consoles or release date, hashtag baby nut.
Oh yeah, then you can send you can order pizza and send the PS5 to pick up the pizza at the door, and it'll be part of the pizza warmer function. Well, it vacuums your carpet and goes over to the door to pick up the pizza, and it comes back to you, heating up the pizza while you're gaming.
Twitch.tv/just chatting section, hashtag baby nut.
Yeah, that'll get you all the views. Maybe you'll get a sponsorship by Planners. We don't know.
I'm sorry. There's too much just bad content for that one. It's just
I don't know. I mean, Planners will probably be suffering from that one for a long while. We'll say that. I feel like that's a good 10-year one right there.
As long as they don't come out with a hashtag daddy nut, then we're okay.
The nut family. They have a whole nut family.
Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us on Streamerology. We'll see you next Monday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time.
Next time when you get your snacks to watch us, it better be some baby nut.
Actually, you know what, guys? Go to Twitter. I want to see your best meme slogan, whatever you could do with hashtag baby nut. Let's get this game rolling.
Let's get creative on Twitter. We're bringing this conversation to Twitter with the baby nut. Let's go.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next week, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, here on Mixer and Twitch, and then re-uploaded onto Spotify. We'll see you
can always
guys
catch our
next time.
podcast and YouTube. Happy streaming, everyone.